Day 2 on my spontaneous weekend in the Peak District found me in Baslow, Ashford in the Water, and Bakewell. You can walk to all these, by the way. Baslow to Ashford is about 2 hours, and Ashford to Bakewell is 45 minutes. But you could obviously take the bus. It's pretty easy to figure out once you're there. I had based myself in Chesterfield and took the 170 bus. I got off a bit too early on the Baslow stop and was asking a local cafe owner where to get to, like, the main street, but she pointed me in the wrong direction, and I'm so glad she did because I had a very pleasant morning. I don't mean to sound like witchy vibes, but I feel like I travel intuitively. Today I was like, I'm going to Matlock, the weather is bad, let me just go to Matlock so I don't have to be walking outside. And I said, no, what's the purpose of getting a rain jacket if I'm not going to use it? So I said, no, I want to do Baslow, Ashford on the Water, Bakewell. I want to walk. I don't care if I don't get to Haddon Hall. I don't care if I get to Matlock today. I want to do these things, and I'm very happy that I did because it's so beautiful. This route actually took me back to Chatsworth, but the park, it was like a huge loop on something that would probably took me 10 minutes, and I was greeted by church bells when I arrived. I'll let you listen. I guess you can say I wasted a lot of time. A good kind of wasted. But the sun is setting early these days and I wanted to hit my stop. A lot of how I traveled that weekend was sort of vague. I had an outline itinerary and I was very much weather dependent. So I would literally wake up and decide that day what I was doing. Except Chatsworth, I wanted to avoid the weekend crowds. I got caught up in a passing rainstorm at Ashford. I stayed here longer than I expected, to be honest. And that is when I found out my first rain jacket, this monumental milestone in my UK life, and low-key a rite of passage in this country. Well, it's not exactly waterproof, so I took shelter and it was like not a big deal, it was fine. Though I didn't stop too long in Ashford, there are a lot of pubs that looked amazing there. Then I went back to Bakewell, and I'm glad I spent the day out of Bakewell because actually it was so crowded. I've never seen crowds like this in the countryside. This must be what the Cotswolds is like. I had time to go get a Bakewell pudding from the original Bakewell pudding shop. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this because I don't really like trying pastries, but it was so good. I really liked it. It is a little sweet. Then I went back to Chesterfield.